Hey there, everyone. I'm just going to come and give you an update because I'm bringing you along on the journey. I've felt like that's what the Lord has wanted me to do. So, continuing on. There's no huge news other than what the MRI was like. And I guess an MRI is different for different people. Like Pat's had MRIs before where he slept during the whole thing. I've had scans before where you're laying on your back and you can just kind of zone out and everything is good. This one was very, 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 very different. Um, I've had to do this before because it's a breast MRI and you have to lay on your tummy. And this one was especially painful because I'm already having the pain in this area, and especially on these bones, and especially where these new spots are. I'm not like having to lay on that, and there's like this hard thing in between. So they patted it a little bit. Y'all, it was very difficult. And honestly, I don't know how like elderly people do this. I don't know how people that have significant disabilities do it. I don't know how, man, we were just not made for a hospital. We just weren't made for things to have to go. And this is a good thing. Like an MRI is actually a blessing that they can get the imaging. And I was trying to do all the self-talk in my brain the whole time. Like, this is a good thing. This is a good thing. You can endure. Keep going, keep going, keep going. You're strong. You're strong. So anyway, I had to actually hit the emergency thing. Like they have a thing that is in your hand just in case. And I was like, I don't think I can continue doing this because it was so painful. It was so painful, honestly. And I'm not trying to be dramatic. I'm not trying to be like, make things worse than what it was. I would honestly use the word traumatic. I would use, and I don't know if it's because it just drums up all of the junk from the past, or I don't know. It's just, we're not made for this. And it just makes me sad. It just makes me sad. Not just that I have to go through it, but when I came back out, and seeing other people, like when I came out, I saw somebody that was on a stretcher, and I made sure that I'm like not gawking. I didn't look straight at the patient or the person because they were kind of working, but I'm like, their situation, not that we're trying to compare who's worse or who, whatever, but I'm like, Rebecca, you're not even in a stretcher. You're not even like, at that level. Imagine what it would be like what are they going through? We came out and I stood with Olivia. She's like, how was it? And of course I started crying, and I'm like, oh, don't cry, so I, got it together. And then all of a sudden you see someone being wheeled in, and they were just bald on one side and had just like a little bit of hair there. And I don't know if there were significant brain injuries. I don't know everybody's stories, but he's being wheeled around. There were family around him. And I'm just like, man, people go through suffering. People go through hard things. And that was not God's intention. It wasn't his intention. And I'm just going to be real. I'm going to be real. Olivia was with me, and we ended up going to get something to eat afterwards. And I went to the bathroom, and when I was in there, just had this thought hit me, like, when people prayed for me at church the other day, it's definitely empowering. Like whenever the enemy comes after us, God's going to sharpen us, and it's going to be amazing and awesome, because we know that God always has victory. We know that he always does. And we do go through suffering. Jesus went through it as well, but it's never fun. It doesn't matter how hyped up we get. Suffering is suffering. Suffering stinks. Pain is pain. But I thought about that in the bathroom. I was like, it made me mad. I was like, I'm sure that the enemy enjoyed seeing me in pain. I'm sure he got a charge out of that, just seeing the suffering. And it just sent a little bit of a, because I'll tell you, like, anything that I can have control over, if it's my emotions, if it's my attitude, my, arguments with my husband or disagreements with people, like, give me a minute and I can get in the spirit, and we're overcomers. There's victory. But in this situation, it's like, no, you got to endure this pain for 30 minutes. Otherwise, they're not going to get the imaging, right? So it just made me mad thinking that, oh yeah, the enemy sees you suffering. And But anyway, I'm not getting negative. I'm not spiraling down. I'm just saying it's reality. So anyway, we're out of it now. It's all done. And I'm just praying that when the images come, that the doctors show that there is no cancer. You know, even if the images come back wonky, then they're going to have to do the biopsy just to prove that they can prove that these lumps are not made out of cancer cells, that it's this dying fat cells or whatever, necrosis, that they call it. So anyway, I know that I'm victorious. I know who God is. I know that Jesus is victorious. I'm tired. I'm processing. And yeah, that's it. That's all I have. And you know what? What do I have for you in this? Is don't give up. Don't spiral when it feels this way. Don't spiral. I'm not going to spiral. I've got a retreat I'm going to. I'm so thankful. I can't wait to get with these girls. I've gotten, you know, even the girls that are going on the retreat with me, I've gotten messages from almost all of them saying, you know, giving me Bible verses. I'm praying for you. You know, you've got this. I'm going to set a timer on my phone and pray for you at the time. And I'm like, wow. You know, messages on my, you know, my email that I sent out, people emailed me back, people I haven't heard from in a while. And it's like, that's just nice to hear back from people when they're praying for you, because that's just what the body of Christ does. So what I would say is that don't spiral when things get hard. Don't spiral into the negativity. Just take a nap. Just feel it. Realize, yes, this is real. This stinks. But joy comes in the morning. God is victorious. He is on his throne. And this pain, this suffering, this whatever is on this earth, it doesn't last forever. No matter where you are in the suffering, no matter where you are. Again, I saw people that it seemed that they were suffering way more than what I am right now. Like, I got a workout in this morning. Like, I can move my body and I got a workout in, right? I had my daughter come with me and she's loving me. You know, Pat, this is how certain we are that there's no cancer. Pat had a trip that he needed to go on, and we were like, at first he canceled it, and I was like, babe, just go. Like, you gotta work your job, you know, because we just got on the cruise and stuff like that. And it's like, you can't just take the rest of our lives off. Like, just go. Olivia was here, so that just gave her an opportunity to you know, just to minister to me and be there for me and love on me. So that was nice. But I'm just saying, there are people that we all suffer to one degree or the other. And there's seasons where it's worse. There's seasons where we may not have it as much, but God is on his throne. He's always good. So I'm going to get a nap in, and then I'm going to play some worship music, and then I'm going to get up and just do whatever it is that I need to do. I heard a dog, and I'm like, where is that dog? Just making sure it wasn't in a car somewhere. Yeah, and then I'm going to get into more of the scriptures, more of the stories, and get ready for our retreat this weekend. I wouldn't miss this retreat this weekend for the world. Can't wait. Can't wait. All right. Thank you for your prayers. Thank you for keeping up and listening to this almost 9-minute video, if you made it all the way through. All right. Love you guys.